Ah. Salutations, viewers. My name is Game Dame, and welcome back to Aviary Attorney. Right now, we are seeing unfold that the Wolf brothers are trying to make sure that we eventually kill the king in the rebellious plots, but we are not going to make sure they do that at all. Ugh, the stupid bullet wounds. The damn thing's opened up again. What's the news, brother? Is everything in place? We have a problem. The mademoiselle refuses to use violence. She's turned timid. Turned timid how? It appears that the lawyer Falcon is something of a lion tamer. JJ Falcon, that bird is proving to be more trouble than the rooster, I swear. Brother, listen, if there's no violence, then there will be no gap. One leader will just peacefully replace another. We need chaos for our plan to work. Guess what? To follow through with our contingency strategy, I'll find the victim, you find the suspect. Oh shit, what are they doing? Don't push yourself, brother. You're still injured. No, he must die. Look at those scum, foul vermin, the lot of them. Make my words, Sparrow son, every one of these petulant dissenters will take the first opportunity to turn aggressive. They lust for violence. They don't look too violent to me. Trust me, this is how the crowd looks before July something. I skipped it by accident. It only takes a crazed individual. The entire crowd will explode into a frenzy. Hey, it's you. Fire, it's good to see you again. No time for pleasantries, Inspector. You're needed urgently on the Place de la Concorde. Me, why not ask one of those officers on active guard duty? There's no time to explain, any minute now. Ah, do you hear that gunshot's already begun? Come on, Inspector, we must make haste. Inspector, I don't really usually be trusting this friar. He's a two-faced wolf. Friar Remus has proved to me with reliable information in the past. I trust his judgment. But, Inspector, this is enough for a discussion. Sparrow son, I have a duty to uphold. Stay put, I'll be back in no time at all. Oh, shit! Yo, he's about to get fucking bones by the Wolf brothers. What should I do now? Gunshots. It was nearby too, so the fire was right. Violence really is inevitability. We haven't reached the stage yet, madame. Can't afford to take chances, not now. Pierre, march the crowd to the Palace Royal and construct the barricades. Yes, ma'am. Fontaine, Falcon. We're gonna find the source of this disturbance. It came from here, Inspector. Hurry, hurry. Moving as fast as these old legs will. Mon Dieu, buddy. This woman must have been the target of a gunshot we just heard, but I don't see its shooter. I think the gunshot came from over here. Inspector! Falcon! Well, I should have known that Viodin killer would have popped in this. Inspector, I'm not. What do we have here? A filthy cop and a dead girl. Madame, thank goodness, yeah, I saw the whole thing. This poor innocent mademoiselle was approaching the police with her hands in the air. When all of a sudden, this brute of policeman Inspector yelled, "Get back, you filthy rebel." He drew his gun and shot the bird point blank through her heart. What is this nonsense? Why are you prattling on about Friar? Thank you for your input, Remus. It's hardly surprised that a member of the police would have wanted to cast the first stone. I think we're all being a little rash. Let's take a deep breath, examine the situation, and wait a moment. You and I patch. You only have one eye, Inspector. How observant. Tell me, were you the policeman who killed a rat at Les Halles too? Les Halles? What are you talking about? 2 incidents of a one-eyed policeman gunning down an innocent victim. There is no way that is just a coincidence. What do we have here is a filthy, corrupt individual who takes pleasure in oppressing the common citizen. Am I right, Inspector? I really shouldn't be surprised that a stupid rebel makes stupid assumptions and comes to stupid conclusions. But open your damned eyes, mademoiselle. I'm not the assailant here. Don't call me mademoiselle or stupid for that matter. Your guilt is plain to see. Given the circumstances, I ought to judge and execute you here and now. Falcon, don't just stand there gawking. Vouch for me. Madame, I know this man. He is Inspector Volatier. He is ruthlessly law-abiding, so much so that I can't envision him shooting a man without just cause. Oh, shut up, Falcon. I'm done with your idealism. I listened to you. I took your words to heart about avoiding violence, and now a girl is dead. Well, I'm done taking chances. Remus, help me escort this invalid to Pierre's barricade outside his fate there. With pleasure, madame. Come on, Inspector. Fontaine, Falcon, deal with the cops. Meet us at the barricade when you're done. There's no way that this had work with the police. You know what, Falcon? I think you might be right. An isolated gunshot, this is far away from police line. It doesn't make sense at all. But that's rebellions for you. They're messy affairs. Sometimes innocents get caught in crossfire and there's no reason for it. Well, there's no use dawdling. Help me get the cops off the streets. Not yet. I'm going to examine the body first. Examine the body? We agreed this wasn't the work of an Inspector Volatier, right? Then there might be some clues on the cops that point towards what happened. An impromptu coroner's examination. Fine. You two have 2 minutes. After that, we're heading to the barricades whether you're done here or not. Everyone's been so fixated on who did this that nobody stopped to ask who the score was. I don't know, Monsieur. Given her clothes, she's probably just another working girl. Just another? I didn't mean to sound clear, but it's true. This one, mademoiselle, among those thousands who live in Paris. Who was she? Where does she work? Will her family miss her? Don't know, but in the long run, I don't think anybody will care. I care. I can't afford not to. Don't know who this mademoiselle was, but I'm going to see to justice brought to for her death. Select an area to examine. What's this mark? It almost looks like a handprint made in blood. Probably the mademoiselle's. I don't think so. It's the handprint at the left hand of the girl's left shoulder. There's no way a person could comfortably reach the spot on their own back. I suppose so, but if the handprint doesn't belong to the girl, then who does it belong to? The murderer it has to be. The question in my mind is, why is the handprint made in blood? Did the murderer sully their hands on the girl's gunshot wounds, or were they injured prior to the shooting? There's so much to uncover here, no time to do a thorough investigation. This is the bullet wounds, right? What can you tell me about Fontaine? Looks like the bullet took a fairly straight angle of entry through Mademoiselle's back. The shooter was probably standing right behind the victim. What's the bullet size? You know its caliber. Let me guess. You're hoping the caliber of bullet is different to the caliber of Inspector's gun. That would conveniently get the one-eyed police officer off the hook, wouldn't it? But I'm afraid I can't help you. I couldn't possibly know the bullet's caliber without having a good look at the bullet itself. As you can plainly see, the bullet is 3 centimeters deep in the flesh. So you need to see the bullet itself. Help me retrieve the bullet, Fontaine. Retrieve? You mean dig it out? I assume you have a little bit more experience in this area than I do. Well, you're not wrong there. Fine. This will only take a moment. Ugh, the sound effects. Here you go. One used bullet. Looks like a standard ledge rifle or pistol ball, but I'm afraid I cannot tell you its caliber. Why is that? The bullet fragmented upon impact, Monsieur. I gathered all the pieces, but I cannot assess its diameter with any accuracy. So I'd guess that it was 13 to 17 millimeters. Sorry, I can't be more specific. It's an enormous help. Thank you, Monsieur. Ooh, it's a long shot, but maybe this girl's faking her injury. Just for the sake of toughness, I really have to check for a pulse. No, nothing. It's a long shot. It definitely was a long shot. I don't see anything else. I'm done here. Very good. Let's move this body off the streets, and then we must hurry to the Palace Royale. Rest in peace, mademoiselle. I'll see to it justice is done. If everything's just going just as planned. Madame's probably fuming right now. She'll attack Palace Royale. The Prime Minister will flee, and then... Excuse me, monsieur. What do you want? I'm busy. Don't you recognize me, monsieur? I know that my disguises are a little more complex than yours, but I assumed you would recognize Prince Juan when you saw him. You're Prince Juan? Indeed, and you're Judge Romulus, the corrupt wolf. I know what you did. You tried to assassinate the king. You shot the croque monsieur, and just moments ago I saw you murder a maiden at the place at Concord. You truly a vile individual, aren't you? Yes. If you haven't proof for any of that stuff, I'm out of here. I also know you're one half of the Viridian killer. Oh shit. On any other day I would got you where you stand, Fox, but as happens I'm a little busy today. Oh, the Viridian killer is too busy to kill me. Is that the truth, or is the bullet wounds of yours starting to affect your prowess? You must have lost an awful lot of blood. What do I do? Monsieur Vopis? Monsieur Sparrow, some perfect timing. Who now? Oh, you're that fledgling. I guess it's what they call being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Ha! Yes, rock and a hard place. You're very correct. Very correct there. Monsieur Sparrow, son, be a dear and help me restrain Viridian killer. This guy, he's a Viridian killer. He looks more like a Judge Romulus to me. Well, you would be right about that too. Wow, so he's two scumbags in one. Alright, then. Ow, mine's the wounds. Quit your whining, Your Honor. Very nice takedown, Monsieur Sparrowson. You may want to check his pockets for weapons. He is something of a notorious scaly after all. Of course, let's see what you've got here. Aha, here we are. A pistol, probably the one used to kill the maiden, I suspect. What else can you find, Monsieur Sparrowson? An eye patch, weird. What would this one wolf do with an eye patch? Oh no, this is bad. Very bad indeed. Don't get it. What's wrong with an eye patch? There's no time to explain. Mousy. What is it, Monsieur Vopis? What is it? Take this eye patch to JJ Falcon. If my fears are correct, he'll be somewhere around the Palace Royale right now. Tell him this belongs to Ramus's brother. Hurry now. Right now, Monsieur Vopis. Right now. I must go too. I need to find the other half of the Viridian Killer pair before something terrible happens. Wait, Monsieur Vopis, what am I supposed to do with this guy? You have his gun, don't you? March that wolf to the nearest police station and collect a reward for capturing Judge Romulus. What a strange day. Strange day indeed. Outside the Palace Royale, the rebels have constructed a makeshift barricade out of furniture, branches, rocks, and anything else they can find. From behind the wall, the rebels taunt the police and royal guards with chants. I'm going impatient, pay, confess your crimes. I have nothing to confess, you filthy rebel. You and all your rebel friends, however, should confess to 1,000 counts of treason and public disorder. I will see each and every one of you hanged from your flagrant disregard of law. Your stubborn attitude is disgusting. A few days ago, you were seen at Lehales. Witnesses saw you murder a beggar in cold blood. Today, friars testified to seeing you murder a girl again, completely unprovoked. I do not why you continue to plead your innocence. But it doesn't matter. I don't need a confession to know you're a killer. Madame Mio, stop. The inspector didn't shoot that mademoiselle. Keep your beak close, Falcon. I'm done listening to your suggestions. As policeman, as guilty as every other monster in our decrepit justice system. It's my duty to execute him. Madame, Falcon has uncovered some pretty convincing evidence. I would recommend that you hear him out. Please, just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes and I can convince you the inspector's innocent. 5 minutes is a precious in a time like this. I can't afford it. What if you're wrong? Are you willing to see another dead innocent? Thank you, Madame. Having my life saved by the Viridian Killer. How humiliating. Quiet, pig. Your life is mine and I say otherwise. Okay, so first of all, let's recap on what Friar Remus had to say. Wait, where is the friar? He is a key witness to the crime. He's scampered as soon as he dropped the inspector off. Said he had some business to attend to. Business? Man, oh man, those barricades look pretty scary. But I mustn't fear, for I'm a brave duck. And the great Officer Beck, handsome, intelligent, strong, truly a fearless hero who will be remembered for. I've given up on some of the accents for new characters. I'm not doing more accents. Hello, officer. Ah, you scared me, Monsieur Monk. Friar, actually, Friar Remus. Listen, officer, I have something of great importance to tell you. I was just passing by the rebel camp and I overheard a conversation. Oh, this sounds good. Go on. They said they're going to launch an assault very soon, and when they do, they're going to rain hellfire on the palace. Oh no, it's just as I feared. What will we do? Simple, officer. As soon as you hear the first gunshot, you need to retaliate. Hit them with everything you've got. Every cannon, every rifle, every piece of artillery. Don't leave a single piece of the barricade remaining. That is the only way you can be sure to survive. Ah, total annihilation. I like it. But Friar, I'm confused. Aren't you a Christian? Yes, so what? I don't know. It's just that your idea doesn't seem very Christian-y. Ah, I see. You think this is a moral issue. Let me tell you a secret, my dear suck friend. There is no gods, no overarching morality, no higher plan, no heaven to save the righteous or hell to punish the sinners. There's only you, your artillery, and 10,000 Red Bulls who want to dine them Peking duck tonight, understand? That's an awful lot to take in. Then let me simplify. It's you or them. It's me or them. Forget about the Friar Falcon. We all remember what you had to say. Present your case based on what you can recall. Okay, well, but you may want to wipe that mouse off your shoulder first. Sorry, wipe what? Oh, it's you, Mousy. Monsieur Falcon, special delivery from Renard for peace. Thank you. What is it? An eye patch. It was found in Remus's brother's clothing. Remus's brothers. This is an eye patch belonging to Judge Romulus. That's interesting. Where's Romulus? There's no time for Monsieur. Just take it, take it. To run, Monsieur, but you have to do your best, Monsieur Vopis, and Sparrowson believe in you. Sparrowson, you've seen Sparrowson. How is he? There's no time, Monsieur. Good luck. Are you quite done there, Falcon? Very much so. Let's begin this trial. Okay, so let's remember what the flyer said. Select a statement to question. Point blank through the chest. Fire Remus claimed that the girl was shot point blank in the chest. The girl was clearly shot in the back. I know, I remember seeing the bullets wound for myself. There's quite a glaring inaccuracy in the wolf's testimony. It is an accuracy, but it is irrelevant inaccuracy. It doesn't really matter if the girl was shot in the front or back. Either way, a girl died in the pig's hands. Does matter. Does matter. If the girl was shot from the front, then this might indicate a police confrontation turned ugly. But if she was shot in the back, then what? This can indicate that someone targeted and assassinated her before she could even react. That doesn't paint the inspector in a particularly flatulent like Fatin. Madame, you're missing the point. A shot to the back breaks the currently established narrative. The girl was targeted and murdered in a stealthy professional attack. Therefore, this was not an ordinary police confrontation. You've made an assumption, Falcon. You've assumed that just because the girl was shot in the back, she must have been stealthily killed. There are other possibilities. Perhaps the girl was scared by the police and started to run away and was shot in the back and she fled. That scenario is impossible. If the girl were running away, then she would have been at least a couple of steps away from the killer at the time of the shooting, right? Right, but I know that the killer was standing right behind the victim. They were less than 1 meter apart when the gun was fired. They were standing that close? How could you possibly know that, Falcon? We saw a bloodied handprint on the girl's shoulder. What do you make of that, madame? Well, I assume any bloody stain would belong to the victim. Any mark made with girl's dying breath, perhaps. No, it was the print of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder near her upper back. The angle and positioning of the print indicate that could only have been caused by another person. That's why I'm so certain that the killer was right behind the girl at the time of the attack. See, that's quite a theory. But Falcon, you've left an important question unanswered. Why was the handprint bloody? The print was made with the victim's blood, yes, so it can't possibly have been made prior to the shooting. The killer must have wiped his hand to the girl's clothing as she already died. If that's the case, then my suggested scenario is still possible. The girl may have been running from the police when she was shot. No, I'm still trying to work out the details, but I know the print was made prior to the shooting. Maybe the shooter was injured and his hand was already covered in blood. Tisk, you talked big about breaking the established narrative, and now you present me with that baseless drivel. Well, where do we go from here? How does this handprint nonsense really affect the situation? Oh, shit. I do. This whole trial is patently absurd. It's an animal caught through and through. But there was something particularly funny about the last exchange. You were both so focused on when and how this handprint was made that you missed the larger issue. Don't have a left hand, you idiots. I couldn't have possibly left that mark. Oh, right, of course. Well, madame, what do you say to that? Maybe the handprint came from an accomplice, or maybe had something to do with the incident, or feels good to see some else speculating wildly for a change. Okay, fine, I don't have a solid explanation. Must concede it's possible, maybe unlikely, that the person who left the mark was the murderer. Therefore, as much it pains me to say it, I must concede that the inspector probably did not shoot the girl. So that's it, the inspector is off the hook. No, there's still the matter of the incident at Les Halles. What incident? I know nothing about it. Ha, as if you don't know, a beggar rat was shot and killed at Les Halles a few days ago. The attacker was described as a scowling police officer who wore an eye patch. Sound familiar to you? Go on, Falcon, explain the pig this one to me. Until 5 minutes ago, I was at a loss, but I was recently presented with a piece of evidence that makes the answer all too clear. This was false flag operation. False flag? Explain yourself, Falcon. Madame, what do you know about Remus's twin brother, the man known as Romulus? Not much, only that he was forced to flee the country by our oppressive government around a month ago. That's half true, madame. You see, it is correct that Romulus is being hunted by the police, but I've had the suspicion that the wolf was lurking in Paris itself, although I never managed to find detective proof of this. Anyway, it turns out my suspicion was well-founded. He was recently apprehended, I think. You think? I don't know the details, but it doesn't matter. What's important is that the reliable friends found this Romulus' person just moments ago. The night patch. Romulus has perfect vision. Why would he need something like this? There's only one plausible explanation. It's part of a disguise. Something to conceal his identity to make him appear as someone else. Disguise? You're saying that Romulus shot the beggar at just to frame this police inspector? Exactly, madame. No coincidence. Fire Remus has happened to find the very same inspector just the other day. Just another murder cut today. So Remus was in on it too. Two wolves working together make this policeman look like a murderer. But why? Why would they do it? To rile you up, madame, to make you lust for violence. And if your actions say are anything to go by, I would say that they succeeded. Damn, I've been so stupid. How did I let myself get misled by a couple of wolves? The trial is over. Go on, Inspector, you're free. It's about time you letting him walk, ma'am. Of course, it would be a criminal to confine an innocent man any longer than necessary, even if the man is better stubborn pig. Falcon, yes, I don't understand you. You're stupid, you're reckless, but you fought to break beacon talons for my freedom. I'm starting to suspect that you really aren't the Viridian killer at all. Certainly took a long time to pass that fact through your thick skull. Spectre, if you're still hunting that villain, maybe you should speak with Renard Vulpes when all this is over. I mean, I hear he's been doing some research into the Viridian killer. Maybe he knew something. Maybe I will. Madame, it appears that your gang of rebel filth don't intend on assaulting the palace anytime soon. Relay that information to the artillerymen. Maybe we can keep a peaceful standoff going before this blows over. Thank you, I appreciate it. All of you, stay out of trouble. I agree, Piero, but we will find that out in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I highly appreciated your guys' company. As always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.